What's going on YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be and welcome to Battle Breakers. This is a brand new hero collector brought to you by Epic Games. Now before we get started, this video is sponsored by Epic Games. So if you do like what you see and you want to download the game yourself, I will have all of the links in the description below. This game is available for PC, iOS, as well as Android. It's all cross-server, cloud saved, and all that good stuff. So it doesn't matter which version you start with or switch to, all of your data will be waiting for you. So let's go ahead and jump into the game, starting off with the heroes that you can collect. Now, if you guys are not familiar with Battle Breakers, this game has been on the release horizon for quite a long time. It was supposed to launch right around the time that Fortnite blew up, so as you might expect, Epic went full speed ahead when it came to Fortnite. They wanted to make sure that game was taken care of and stabilized, and now that it is, they want to do the same exact thing for Battle Breakers. So here it is. The game just came out a couple of days ago. As you guys can see, when it comes to character style, this game has a nice blend between futuristic as well as fantasy, and you guys know that's kind of my favorite style of art. So here are a few of the characters here. And of course, this game does have an elemental weakness system that we'll talk about once we jump into combat. So here's your campaign screen. It functions like your normal hero collector. You have multiple campaign destinations here. You're gonna go from node to node to node, trying your best to get stars in each one. And then you come back to those same exact nodes once you're a little bit higher level in order to get the 2-star, the 3-star, and I guess this is like the crown or something like that. So that's kind of how that works. If you press the play button, the game will try to recommend a stage that it feels that you can defeat based on your current power level. So we're gonna go ahead and do is this is level 22 in here. Now, this game has a quality of life feature called Hero Helper. So if I click this, the game is going to look at the mobs that I'm going to be fighting in this specific node. So let's say it's going to be a bunch of like fire things. So the Hero Helper is going to do, it's going to basically look through all my heroes, find all my water units, all my fire units, all my dark and light, and recommend those over other ones, which is pretty helpful. So it looks like this stage that I'm going to be fighting is mostly going to be green because it grabbed both of my little fire units here. So let's go ahead and say, all right, I will take the suggested team. The next thing that the hero helper will do is it'll take a look at some of your power and say, you know what, there's a few opportunities for you to have even more power with your current lineup. If I click upgrade, it'll automatically upgrade those for me as well. I also have a friendship unit as well, and we'll jump into a combat and I'll show you how it kind of works here. We'll turn off autoplay, and as you guys can see, presentation wise, this game is like a 90s cartoon, the soundtrack especially. Now, when I first saw this game, I thought it was like a match game, but it's not a match game at all. You break those crystals in order to reveal monsters, buffs, items, and things of that nature, but it's not like a match game. So that's something that I got wrong right off the bat. But there are a few things that you can do here. So here are my characters. Obviously, it does have an elemental weakness system here. If I left click one of my fire units here, they'll do their basic attack. But if I right click, I can also do ultimates as well. My mana basically dictates how often I can do that. But I can also, like I said, flip things over and I can find specific things that can help me out with that. So flipping all this stuff over, all these crazy sound effects. Got another fire or another green unit over here. So I'll use my fire units as well. More green, and like I said, this is where the Hero Helper kind of comes in handy here. It knew that there were going to be a bunch of green units in this stage, so it makes it really easy to kind of flip your main teams with elemental focus teams, which will help you out quite a bit here. The game also does have an autoplay as well. I found that the autoplay is pretty competent, to be honest. It does a really good job of kind of matching the right element types, and then you kind of have control over when you want to use items. I haven't picked up any items just yet, but every now and then I'll get items that'll give me mana or HP. It will allow you to do those manually. That way you have a little bit more flexibility with your team here. This other node right over here is my pet. I might rip through this too fast to power up my pet. As you guys can see, there's 3 little pips here. Once I power up all 3 of these, I can summon my pet. The current pet that I have equipped is basically like a meat shield. He'll come out here and just try to get some aggro and take some damage for me. All right, moving on over to the final stage here. And then we might fight. And as you guys can see, when it comes to stronger mid-bosses or oh, never mind, I just equipped this weird looking, this face hugger looking thing that I just got out of the pit. I'll show you what the pit's all about here in a second. Not the pet that I was talking about, but you know what? We'll take them. But you can tell that mobs are a little bit stronger because they take up more nodes here, as you guys can see. And of course, Battle Breakers to get us out of combat here with that soundtrack. The game does have some story as well. All right. There's a little mana shrine right over here, which will give me a boost of mana. So there's a lot more than just randomly clicking, especially so. I have played this game on manual as well as autoplay. When it comes to like the normal generic nodes that you're just kind of running through, as long as you have some decent power, autoplay will be fine. But there are some special stages in this game where your stats are basically normalized. So to kind of give you a generic example, there might be a special stage where all of your units are level 1. So then you really need to min-max your moves and really kind of maximize your efficiency when it comes to those stages there. So there you go. So that is what you're going to be doing over here in the campaign screen. In addition to defeating these monster encounters, you will also unlock buildings as you move along. These buildings will provide you with some passive resource generation bonuses, as you guys can see. And they also have something called, I'm not going to go through every single one of them, but you can kind of see there's like a marketplace that you can buy things. I've already bought everything out of this shop, but if I want to buy some EXP using in-game currency, I can do that. I bought way too much. Don't do that. Don't do that. What else do we have here? We have the monster pit, which is probably the most important one here. So as you're kind of going through the game, you're unlocking new characters. The characters that you no longer want are lower rarity characters that you're not interested in or just not cute enough. You know how I am. You can throw them into the pit here. The higher you level up the pit, the more bonuses that you get out of this, including some unique characters. So this is the preview of all the characters that are in this game. Like, this game has more heroes and pets than I think some like fully launched titles have that are like years old. Like, this is a ton of heroes in this game. But I just received like this dude right over here. I don't want him, so I'm just gonna cast him into the pit. See you later. Then let me see if I can level this up to get to level 5. I don't really have a lot of, you know what, we'll do it for the sake of the YouTube. We'll throw you in there as well. So I just hit level 5, and basically that just gave me the ability to select a level up perk here. So I can boost up my special ability, and this is actually pretty interesting. So your account has passive bonuses that you get to select every single level. So as you guys can see, I've leveled up my HP a little bit, my attack, my defense, my pet HP and attack. I forgot what this is, and this is special ability here, or basic attack, that's what that is. This is, I don't know if you can ever reset this, but this is kind of like choose your own adventure stat thing here. So based on what you select every single level will really kind of dictate the power of your overall account. So I'm gonna go with special ability here. And like I said, I don't know if you can reset that later on, but that's kind of like some D&D stuff right there. So that is that. So we talked about the campaign screen. We talked about a few of the buildings here. Let's go over here to the daily resource grinds here. But first, we're gonna go check out this here, which basically gives you a free character. Do I wanna go with Legion Sniper or Pixie? I'm gonna go for this Pixie. Unless this Pixie is a low rarity, then I'm just gonna throw her into the pit. Common, you gotta go. So this is a character I would throw into the pit. Wouldn't even use that character there. But this is going to give you, as you kind of go through the campaign, this is going to give you some free characters. You can also, doing your dailies is going to give you hammers to open up these crystals to also get some goodies. You also have daily grind quests here, as you guys can see. About to reset in 5 hours, so I need to get on that. In addition to the campaign, you also have some daily resource grinds. So you have this thing called a new player challenge. So basically, I'll show you this here in a second here. I don't have any friends here, so I'll just take, if you don't have any friends that you can bring with you, you can always bring an additional one of your own units as well, which I do like that. But basically this is kind of like, it's testing you. It's kind of like a level test. So as you level up in the game, you're going to be able to go through this stage right here. And if you can complete it, you're going to get a bunch of bonuses. There are also other daily resource grinds, which will give you EXP, gold. There's also like a boss rush, which I am not strong enough to do. Right now, my account's like almost level 30 around there, and the boss is like 157. So I'm not going to be doing that boss anytime soon, ever. So there you go. So that gave you an idea of what gameplay looks like, combat, the characters. The final thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna jump over to the shop to end this video off, as we always do, ladies and gentlemen. So I feel like, you know, and this is a sponsored video, so I can't name any other games, but I feel like I'm gonna play this game, you know, I like games where I can just collect a bunch of heroes and kind of play it passively. You guys know what I'm talking about. I already have a game like that in my lineup, and it feels very similar to that game in particular. Look at how FG skirts around that. Hopefully, we'll see. This video might get rejected, and then what? Well, I guess then you won't even hear me saying this at all, so there you go. All right. So I just completed that. Oh, well, never mind. There's one final little boss room here. Thanks for that strength shrine there. That was just like a power-up stage, as you guys can see there. And here's my little pet. So I actually didn't know this. I didn't know the hero helper would switch out my pets as well. So the game is really, really quality of lifey when it comes to making sure that at least you bring the right units to the fight. If only I had a few more light units to defeat this little razor tooth over here. Killer pillar. And then if I want to, I don't really need to top. Actually, I will just go ahead and heal. We're getting a little low up there in the front, but we should be fine. And that will be GG. Battle. That soundtrack. Whoever made that soundtrack, good on ya. All right, then as you guys can see, it'll go up to level 28. So I'll come back to this new player challenge and do more of that as I move along. Hall of Darkness, this is where you battle dark elemental enemies for hero XP and dark essence. Once again, this is another use for you to use very specific elemental types and to ensure that you're doing the maximum amount of damage. You got the Halls of Gold for gold. And then here's a boss that I was telling you about here that I do not have a prayer in order to defeat at the moment. So that is pretty much the game as it is right now. If we go over here to the hero store, we got some Fortnite characters in the game. Let's see what else we have here. I've built up some of this currency so far, I guess just from achievements. So it looks like you can acquire currency to buy characters flat out like this. And I also built up this currency as well, which I'm not exactly sure where I got the currency from, but as you guys can see, if you just play the game, you should be able to unlock a few things here. There's a battle pass here as well, because of course it comes from the Fortnite, the Fortnite squad. The battle pass is $4.99, and it functions as you might expect the battle pass. There's going to be a free path and a paid path there, so pretty straightforward there. Let's see what we have here. I want to burn some of this currency just so I can show you what this kind of stuff is. So here, this is the currency that I've acquired just by playing the game for free thus far. I have some hammers that I'll use really quick, and here's some more tickets that we just saw a use for a second ago. So that's the 12-hour chest there. What is this? Power source bundle. I'm just going to buy all of this stuff just to see what it is. Primarily used to evolve and promote heroes, so you can use your in-game currency for that. Elemental heroes. Just going to buy that. Just buying all these things. Why not? Core hero traces. Challenge coins, ceremonial solar, a lot of things to basically evolve your characters here and to promote them. Then of course, you have some paid packs here, a pet and a free daily chest here for the BraWLS collection. And then from that point on, that's really the only paid pack here outside of, so basically you can do this paid pack, you can do the battle pass, and then of course you can buy things using your currency. But that's pretty much it. There's really not a lot of things to there's not a lot of cash packs, which I appreciate. And then you of course you can use your in-game currency to get more inventory, team slots, and then here's the gem store. As you might expect, you can buy gems here. It only goes up to $29.99. That is the maximum. So there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name is FG3000. This was a look at Battle Breakers, brand new hero collector brought to you by Epic Games. We're starting to get a little crossover here, ladies and gentlemen. You know, hero collectors have mostly only been on mobile, and now we're starting to get a little bit of crossover here, over here to the PC side. What am I doing here? I actually don't know. What if I do this? Got some more of these power sources. Now I know what those are. Got it. So now I can use those to kind of power up water units and things of that nature. And then here's the Skybreaker here, so I can get one more free character. Ah, come on. I don't want any of these guys. Throw them in the pit. Throw them in, even though he's a 4-star, rescues allies. You know what? I don't need to be saved. Don't need to be saved. So there you go. Once again, my name is FG3000. Thanks once again to Epic Games for sponsoring this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. My name is FG3000, and I will see you in the pit. See you later, buddy. Who else can I get rid of real quick? Not you. Not you either. That would be a bad move. That would be a bad... Oh yeah, that cleric pixie chick. Into the pit. That should give me the level... Ah, oh, come on. So close. I don't want to get rid of any of my pets yet. I'll get rid of this. I'll get rid of this. I don't want to get rid of me either. Man. right, fine. I'll go back to playing. So there you go. I'm out, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.